Hello people of YouTube, Srsly here, and today we're going to be heading over to Drangleic Castle. Without further ado, let's get started. First thing you want to do, warp over to the Shaded Woods, this bonfire here, the second one. And now that you have all of the Lord Souls, or rather there's an alternative way to enter into the Shrine of Winter, which you haven't seen yet, but I won't go into it for this video. Now that you have all the Lord Souls, the Shrine of Winter will be able to be opened. You just have to walk in front of it. And it is one of the last areas of the game, if not technically the last area because of the path to the final boss underneath it. Alright, Shrine of Winter is just up this path, right up there. Also, if it doesn't open for you right away, and you know you've killed all the bosses in the videos, make sure to go back and check where the Duke's Frezja was killed, because there is a Lord Soul there, and it's quite possible that you skip by it, because it's very easy to miss it, honestly. It tends to deviate a little bit from the typical kill the boss, get a soul, move on sort of strategy. Alright, there are a couple shades here, they aren't too terrifying, just run right past them. They won't chase you through the tunnel up ahead. And there it is. You'll notice it's raining on this side, but not on the other side. I have no idea what's up with that. It might be some sort of spell or some sort of strange weather pattern, but I don't know. Anyways, you want to kill these two guys. They'll chase you if you simply run past them. And there's another one that'll... Yep, there he is. He's up the path a ways, next to a rock, with an item behind it. You can see said rock. Holy water urns are something you'll probably never need to use, but still, it's good to have them. Right. There's a Titanite lizard here. You don't have to kill him, he doesn't drop anything too terribly important. But it's good to have some Titanite chunks and slabs. Alright, I'm not gonna skip her text.
This castle is isolated, but nonetheless you must forge on to bring an end to your journey and mine.
Okay, good talk. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is run past these two elephant knights. They're pretty tough, not only on their own, but in a pair, so you just want to run right past them. Now you notice there are two what appear to be statues holding some sort of goblet-like thing. When you kill them, or you can kill these guys close enough to them, you want to hit them in the direction of the golems before killing them. Then they will shoot off their souls into the statue, which, like I just said, is a golem, which, when fueled with souls, will perform a certain action, most likely turning a crank. Okay. These guys are annoying, but I killed a number of them and they're pretty weak. One down. Another one down. And I ran back over to that side because these things take a really long time to open this door. You can tell when the door is opening because your screen will shake violently. Also, there's a shaded merchant up there. He doesn't sell anything too important. Now you want to head over here. There'll be this guy. He's a statue to start off with. There are 3 more in this room. He's guarding the last Sublime Bone Dust in the game, taking your SS flasks up to +5. Yep. They're never the ones that are nearest to you, by the way. They're always the ones on the right. The right of the doors that they're... Oh, never mind. Just for that one, I suppose. There's 2 more statues in this area. There's this one, and the one through this door, which is not one of those nuts. They'll attack if you try to go down the ladder. None of these are actually enemies, by the way, so you don't stress yourself over it. There's a bonfire right here. It's very easy to miss this bonfire, so make sure to pick it up. It's incredibly important, and you'll be using it a number of times in the future. Anyway, so I'm going to warp back to Majula. Use those sublime bone dust. Use that sublime bone dust. Additionally, the last Estus Flash shard of the game, well, that you'll need, at least, is located inside of Drangleic Castle. It's just past the third bonfire. Alright, that being done, warp back to the big picture of the castle. This next area can be fairly challenging if you don't do it right. There's 6 doors, 3 on that side, 3 on that side, all of which contain a large, terrifying enemy. It's actually an optional boss, which I skipped earlier. It's the Ruined Sentinels. There's a Ruined Sentinel inside each door, and there are 2 golems on the far side, which, if fueled with souls, like you saw me do to open the castle doors, will hold up a torch which will light up the area. You don't need to light both of their torches, one of them should be sufficient, but I'm going to skip that altogether and just go right over here to kill these 2 statues. Also, this isn't the last you'll be seeing of the golems. You'll see them a little later on. One down. I just killed him, so he wouldn't be such a problem. Now I can kill his friend with these. Alright, and there you go. If you should happen to accidentally kill both of them, then I recommend just resetting the area. It's much more efficient, and it's a lot safer to simply redo this whole section of the game. Right, inside this chest, dark arrows. And over here is a very important item. You can use that to access the DLC, which I will be covering later. I guess that guy just wants to run forever into the corner. Up here is a small little area where you want to run through on the right. Do not get into that strange goop on the left there, because if you do, it will break your armor rings, basically everything. Roll through this door, open this chest. Unless this guy doesn't want me to. None of these masks will be able to hit you because of the chest. Up here, do not stand next to that painting, it will curse you. Because it depicts Nasandra, who you'll meet here shortly. And now you have to make a fairly difficult jump. And that should be the second bonfire, the hidden chamber bonfire. Once it's lit, you'll have an invader to deal with 100% of the time. It's the Nameless Usurper. He should be coming down the ladder here. Yep. They aren't too difficult since they only have a knife. They're more of a nuisance than anything, and this is the first of 2 times you'll have to encounter them. Goodbye. Alright. Now you get to go meet Nasandra. You want to go ahead and kill these enemies. They might interrupt you when I'm talking. They have it. Up here, around on the right. And here she is.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. A true monarch carries the weight of their souls, the last king of this land. King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people. And when the undead were born, cursed, he found more strength to face them. But in the end, he never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick. We have no need for 2 rulers.
And that's the end of her text. Yep. Alright. Now on to another mandatory boss. You'll probably recognize this face. Yep. There are 2 of them this time around, though. There's one up there and one right there. The first thing you want to do is run to the side as he's standing up. And you want to bait him into hitting these pillars right here. Doing so will knock down the second part of the boss, like that. As soon as that's done, back off, back to the entering fog gate. Stand right here. The other guy might manage to hit you. That's not a problem. And now you just want to wail away at this guy. Okay. If you keep his health at least at half, then he won't pull out his weapon and attempt to hurt you. He'll only just shoot arrows at you. So try to keep his health above half unless you're going for a quick kill on him. Also, you should already know how to counter the Dragon Rider, but one by themselves at this point isn't too terribly threatening. There's one more in the game, but we're not going to be fighting him, so you don't have to worry too much about memorizing his attacks. And there you go. That's the boss. There should be a bonfire just past the start fog gate. There it is. There's a shortcut over that way, which you'll go and open, but it requires you to do quite a bit of backtracking. Well, not backtracking, but sidetracking. Also, this is probably one of the tallest ladders in the game. Not quite as tall as the one over in the gutter, which is the path to the Ron, but still pretty tall to be sure. And this is easily the tallest tower in the game. You can see it all the way back in Majula, fun fact. It's that guy. Now there are 2 mannequins in here. You want to kill the first one. It's a really big pain to try and kill 2 of them, especially since they learned a new attack since you last met them. You want to bait the second one over here, so that way you can power the golem. Turning this crank will allow you to use the elevator, which gives you the key out of here. But you need not worry about getting out of here just yet. I'm going to take you over to the Srsly road. And there you go. Don't need to worry about that. There are 2 chests over here as well. Alright, do you remember how I mentioned back in Brightstone Cove, Sildora, that there was the first mimic of the game over there? Well, there's one directly above us right now. And there's also a version of there's a less powerful version of the optional boss from earlier, over in Hunter's Copse, which we completely skipped, simply because it's a really annoying fight. Way to kill this thing if you haven't fought him already. Just bait him out into attacking, and then just attack his sides as much as you can. Like here. I couldn't get around him there because of the pillar, but I tried to. Just roll around. Get off a few attacks. He'll do one of his Dark Breath attacks. Did one of his charge attacks there. He usually does a short leap back, but he was pinned up against the wall there, so he couldn't. And there we go. He should be dead now. Yep. He drops a ring, which isn't insanely important. You'll probably never need to use it, but it can be used to defend you by getting hit in the back, or from getting hit in the back. Also, this isn't the last time you'll be seeing these guys, so take a note of remembering their attacks. Remember, he does one of his big slam attacks, 2 smashes, or a 3-hit combo. Right, once he's dead. These two, once you attack one of them, it'll bait out the other, so try to kill them as quickly as possible. Oh, that's just great. Just my luck. Alright, that one should be nearly dead. There we are. Now the second one should be easy. Oh yes, these guys, they can do 2 slam attacks, basically the exact same as the ones who had that giant mace. They do a giant overhead attack, 2 overhead attacks, and then a wide sweep. Or just... I forgot that other attack. But you'll definitely know when you see it. The chest opposite us, the wooden one, not the metal one that we just opened, if you want to remember it, is a mimic. Also, if you run past this area and kill the mimic, but then die to the knights that chase you, then the item will disappear upon your death. Found that out the hard way. Again, get a few hits off on him, back off, and then just kill him the rest of the way. It's not too threatening. There's your head. The washing pole item is the one that you see those knights over in the Lost Bastille and Hunter's Copse using. I think it has an interesting grab attack. Need to look into that though. Oh yes, you can't roll through 2-handed doors like this one. Just like the 2-handed doors that led to the bonfire just under Drangleic. Right. So there's a ladder there that takes you up to 2 optional enemies. A gargoyle, which you haven't met yet, and one of the giant Elan knights. You want to bait out these 2. So using their Kiss of Death attack, you just kill them. Not too terribly tough. And then the other one, oh, there it is. Once they attack, they'll be able to use their Kiss of Death attack for a while. Also, last just is flash shard of the game, and a lever which leads to a shortcut. You wouldn't normally be able to open that door since it swings out from where you entered, so we would just hit the gate. Take this all the way back. I'm not going to kill those enemies, I'm too low on Estus. Alright. Since I have about 50k and an Estus flash shard, I'm going to warp back to Majula real fast. And then going to head up the elevator, which the golem lowered for us.
Is that just however?
Alright, that's 12 in the game. Or, that's all 12 uses in the game that you can get. So, lovely. Alright. Again, Vigor to 20, Strength to 16, Endurance to 20, Vitality to 27, and then Endurance, Vigor, and Strength all to 30, all to 40, and so forth. Also, if you're wondering what that bonfire is I just missed there, that is an optional bonfire, and you'll be seeing me visit it later for the optional bosses. Anyways, head up the elevator. This is, like I said, one of the tallest towers in the game, if not the tallest. And you're going to have a heck heck of a time, just like trying to pace yourself and like not lose your sanity trying to scale it. Might as well try a few taunts, I guess. Anyways, at the top here is a caged in Elfanto. You'll see them later. You need to release her in order to access the hidden area, which you will likely never see unless you run out of human effigies. It's located down in the Shrine of Amano, which is just past the Looking Glass Knight. That's the key you need to get out of here. Then just a few miscellaneous spells and items. And then there's the key to the embedded right here. The lock of the embedded. Anyways, you want to put that elevator down and then just home or bone out, because it takes a really long time to go down, just like it took a really long time to go up. The Looking Glass Knight is perhaps one of the hardest bosses in the game, excluding DLC, of course. Simply because there's really no way to cheese your way through this fight. You're going to have to fight him legit. That being said, there are a few things you can do. You want to equip your Thunder Quartz Ring, because he does have a number of lightning attacks. He has 3 of them in total. That's the only one of these you can cut the head off, because the others react too fast. These are dead. There are a number of items in this area. You can always just run past them if you want and make it to the floodgate with plenty of time to spare. I'm going to show you the items. There's one behind here, and I believe there are 3 more ahead. All of them are behind the pillars, of course. And there you have it. Don't use a human effigy here because I'm at 95% max. I think that's plenty. Anyways, as soon as you enter, you want to run straight to him because he always opens with a jump attack. As always, you want to strafe around to the left for the entire time. Whenever he raises his sword up and gets struck by lightning, he's going to do one of the 3 attacks, which you'll see here. He just did one of his more common ones, the Great Jump. And there, he's probably going to use... Oh, he did it again. Right, I'm pretty low on health. If you get low on health, you just want to run behind one of these pillar things. Simply because he isn't able to track you very well around. He has a number of different attacks. It's kind of hard to point them out, since I'm not entirely familiar with all of them. Or just kill him before I would... Or too busy killing him to pay any attention. Right, he's going to do second lightning attack. That one's really hard to dodge. It's better to just intercept it on your shield. Alright, this attack, it's not much of an attack. He just summons in a minion. Get a few hits off on him. Do your weapon. Let your stamina bar recharge. And then kill him as soon as he enters. It's not terribly tough, but it's really... It's not very fun to have to fight 2 guys at once. The boss itself is pretty challenging. Thankfully, this boss isn't very agile. Another thing to note is that his shield is always active. Meaning, here I'll try and hit it. I hit it right there, even though he wasn't actively holding it up. So you're always going to have to deal with it. Which makes 2-handed light attacks great because of the reduced arc to them. Or even stab attacks. There's one more lightning attack. Not sure if you'll see it before the end of the fight, but I'll go and mention it now. Oh, no, he just did his great spell. on health again. Back off. Right behind, or next to one of the pillars. And there he goes. That's his third lightning attack. Again, you just want to block with your shield, or if you're low on health, you want to immediately start running as soon as you see it. Hit his shield again. It's to be expected, I suppose. Also, if he does manage to hit you while you're healing and you do get the health back, then you will slightly recover. He doesn't do quite enough damage to hit you through your Estus Flask healing, unless you're low on health. In which case it's probably just going to kill you. But it's still a good thing to do, right? Again, a few hits. Wait for a stamina bar. And then immediately kill this thing. It's probably a good idea to lock onto it, but I don't. That's his typical combo. It's a 3-hit. 2 slashes, 1 overhand, and then a thrust. That's his like signature move, I would guess, because that's one he used. Also, whenever you see the jump attack he just used, you want to run directly at him. Otherwise, you'll get Goomba stomped by him, or he'll hit you with his sword. And if you do manage to intercept, then it'll take away all your stamina. If you do get hit by it, then he'll take off a good third to half of your health. You really just never want to get hit by it. Always keep an eye out if you're off healing or doing whatever. This fight is probably one of the slowest in the game, simply because you can only get a good hit or 2 off on him before he recovers from his last attack. And there we go. Not too bad. Just need to remember to be patient, not get greedy, and only get about 2 or 3 hits off per cycle. Alright, now there's a chest over here that's completely mandatory if you want to go through this next area with ease. And it's a Spell Quartz Ring +2, like you just saw. It replaces the Spell Quartz Ring +1 that I skipped earlier, I do believe. Yeah, so I skipped the first one. And there's going to be a bonfire down here that you want to rest at. And with that, when I manage to make my way back over there, level up, etc., then it'll be the end of the video. Again, really long elevators. This place is just known for them. And here we are. There's a bonfire at the end of it. There's a small area that you can back or sidetrack to, but it doesn't have anything terribly amazing. Besides the serious sucks, so you just want to get through it as fast as possible. Here's the bonfire, Shrine of Amana. You can see the path over there. It's a small little stone path. You can know where the cave exit is by the torch over there. Gonna go level up. Alright, and with that is the end of the video. I hopefully you enjoyed Drangleic Castle, learned a thing or two about it, and make sure to check in next time where I'm going to be going through the Shrine of Amana. Trust me, it's a tough area. You're probably going to need it. Until then.